Salute to everybody in the building. Hit that like button as you come on in. Yep, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it because Terence Bud Crawford went on a crazy rant on X today. Hit that like button as you come on in. Hit that like button if you're catching the replay. But we got to talk about it because Crawford said some things that I guess some would consider to be kind of controversial. Um, yeah. So hit that like button. Come on in. We gonna talk about it. Now I know some other things happened, right, with Jerron Ennis and Virgil, but we're gonna talk about that live tomorrow morning. So be sure to stop in tomorrow morning on when we talk about that, right? Let those guys get all what they have to get out, and then we go talk about it, right? Because I have a very strong opinion on that situation, as we all know. But salute to everybody in the building, man. We got to talk about Bud Crawford. Salute to everybody that's in the building. Salute to Hollow Ninja early for the super chat. Ooh, excuse me. He says Crawford got too many styles. Wait, Crawford got too many styles for one man to just have. Yeah, he do. Yeah, he do. We gonna talk about it, bro. We gonna talk about it. Then he says, wait, where is it at? Love it when Bud goes online and cook his haters. Yeah, Bud was just bored today, so he felt like going on Twitter and talking shit. And now every so often he does this. You know what I'm saying? Every like 3 months or so, he'll get on Twitter and start going back and forth with fans for no reason, for whatever reason, right? This is just something that he's been doing for some years now. So I didn't really, you know, I just thought it was just Crawford just kind of trolling a little bit, to be honest. Salute to J Man in the building. Oh, I missed your second super chat. Hold up, my bad, bro. Janabek's situation is 100% accidental, in my opinion. I don't know, man. I don't know if Jenny, I don't know, bro. You saw me give him grace earlier. You know, so I gave him grace. I said, you know what? Let's wait till the evidence comes out before we cast judgment on Janabek. But, bro, it looks like he was, dude. Based off what he took and based off what it does, he had to have intentionally took that shit, bro. Just based off the little bit of research I did. I don't know it all when it comes to PEDs. I have to do my research on some of this stuff, some of the stuff that's not really popular, like Osterine. But that minimal dome, I think I may have heard that before, but yeah, man, it gives you advantages, bro. It gives you an advantage, man. It definitely gives you an advantage, bro. I mean, and that's crazy. And the fight I heard got scrapped, and I think Laura's going to be fighting somebody else now. So yeah, that's very unfortunate news, and this is not a good look for Janabek. It's just not a good look, man. No matter how you slice it. But yeah, man, Terence Crawford, man. Let's get right to it, cause this is kind of a random stream, but let's get right to it, man. Because Crawford, he had a lot to say about Canelo, Manny Pacquiao, and Floyd Mayweather, right? He didn't look, man. Those three dudes are some of the best fighters in boxing history. Canelo, Floyd, and Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Um, but Crawford feels that he's better than all these dudes. And we seen what he did to Canelo, right? We saw that. We seen how Manny Pacquiao for years was somewhat dismissive of a potential Crawford fight, right? He was somewhat okay. Here you go, right here. Yeah, he was dismissive of the Crawford fight, wanted $40 million, et cetera, et cetera. Top rank didn't want to really cancel, had them dudes cancel each other out, or should I say, have Bud cancel out Manny, right? And then, of course, Floyd Mayweather always big up Bud. You know, Bud Crawford looks up to Floyd Mayweather. That's like the big bro. But he said some things today, right? And a lot of fans, where is it at? Yeah. But first he was talking about Canelo, right? And he says, how many times Canelo fight in a stadium again? How many people attended with other fighters again? If he sells out shit on his own, why he couldn't do it with anyone else before me? Now, this right here was controversial for a lot of people because, you know, everybody say, well, Canelo Alvarez packs the house. He sells this, he sells that. I believe Canelo fought in the stadium 3 times. Texas, Miami, and I believe the UK. And I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure if he actually Crawford got a point though, because if we look at the highest gate, Canelo Crawford is one of the highest gates in boxing. But this statement was very controversial for a lot of people. For whatever reason, it was very controversial. Maybe because, well, people looking at Bud like he's still the guy who quote unquote can't draw. You know, nobody knows his name, and he's not a pay-per-view draw. Maybe people still kind of got that in the back of their head, but in reality, I believe Canelo and Crawford. I think Canelo did better with Crawford, better than he did with anybody outside of Floyd Mayweather. Right. So I think Crawford and Canelo did better than anybody else that Canelo fought. Any of those British dudes, some of these other guys that we didn't care to see him fight for real, for real. But you know, Canelo got his dates, the Mexican holiday, so you know he take advantage of that, and he brings some random dudes on there sometimes and fight them. But those random dudes don't carry the weight that Terence Crawford carries. They just don't. But this statement right here was controversial to a lot of people. You know, maybe they kind of misunderstood what he meant. But Canelo Alvarez, he fought in the stadium 3 times. Now, did he sell out every time? I believe he was damn near close to. I don't know. I forgot. You know, but I do know Crawford Canelo had one of the highest gates in boxing. Yeah, the Euro Bum Tour. That's what he was doing. But then he says, wait, where is it at? Then somebody said Bud was on steroids. He says, now I was on steroids. Saying that to a person that doesn't even like, man, Bud, come on, man, get your grammar shit together, bro. Saying that to a person that doesn't even, I'm gonna say it the right way, because he got live talking Tylenol. He meant to say like taking Tylenol or multivitamins. Motherfucker could check me any time of the year, won't find anything in my system but water, pop, and candy. So everybody think Bud is on roids, right? You know, when dudes do extraordinary things, sometimes people think it's just not possible. Crawford never tested positive. He never even it never even was a thing. But now he was on steroids. But they like to say certain dudes that are on steroids that never test positive, never nothing. But the guys that actually test positive, these guys turn the left cheek almost every time. This happens almost every time in boxing, right? Nobody's going to get on the internet and totally shit on Janabek for testing positive. Nobody got on the internet and is shitted on Subriel Matias, a dude that actually deleted some people in the ring and stuff like that, right? A dude that's deleting people. They don't accuse him of roids, but they accuse Terence Crawford of being on steroids. I mean, it's laughable. Y'all smash that like button for your boy, man. These guys, man. Yeah, but it's 2025. Get your vocab right, bro. And they even got spell check and shit on the phones. He's just being lazy. You know what I'm saying? He was being lazy with his grammar, and he cursing like crazy too. So yeah, what's going on with Bud? You know what I'm saying? He using MFer. I don't think I ever seen Bud use the MFer before. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I ever seen Crawford use that before. So what's really going on? And then I think he says this. He says, "Wait, where's it at? I think I don't got it in the right order. I'm struggle streaming here, y'all. Hold on." Then he says, "It's crazy. It's so crazy to say y'all never got to see me at my full potential because nobody brung it out of me because I was knocking him out." He was knocking him out, right? He said he never even fought at his full potential yet. At 38 years old, we never seen dude fight his full potential. This is basically what he's saying. I don't even know if we ever go see it. I don't even think we ever go see it now. Um, he probably just be on like level 7 and just beat everybody while they on level 10 or 11. And he's on level 7 and he can just whoop most dudes out there on level 7. He ain't got to go past level 7. You know what I'm saying? He ain't go past the 7th gear, bro. He just stay on 7. He probably can stay on 6 and beat most dudes out there. That's pretty much what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's like Itachi, bro. We never seen him at his full potential. We probably won't ever see him at his full potential, bro. Salute to everybody in the building. What's up, Cerebral? Yeah. And then he says, hold up. I think this one is, yeah, see, I can't see that. I have to crop that up real quick. That's when he was talking about Manny. I think that was when he was talking about Manny or Floyd. Then he, where is it at? He says, the only thing them guys before me had over me was more known opponents. That's why y'all think they were so great. But if I was in their era, they same I'm doing now, I'll be doing the same thing I'm doing now, I'll be doing then. Right? So Bud Crawford says the only thing that Manny, Floyd, Canelo got over him is the fact that they was able to get the known opponents in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Crawford was not able to get anybody in the ring to fight him until more recently, within the past 3 years, right? But before that, he couldn't get the names in the ring with him, bro. And it was for good reason. And we talked about this many times over the years of why Bud can't get these dudes in the ring. It's because he's a problem. It's because he's a problem. Nobody wanted to get in the ring with the dude. He had a hard time getting fights, and he got lucky. You know what I'm saying? Crawford actually got lucky. He was too good for his own good, and he actually got lucky because he could have fell short. Like guys like Boo Boo Andrade, guys like Guillermo Rigondeaux, Gary Russell Jr., guys who was avoided that was really, really talented, that could have possibly did a lot more, but never got the right opportunities. He could have been in the same boat with those dudes, but the stars aligned for him. You know what I'm saying? You said it's hard to train for somebody who can do everything. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Hold up. He has some more stuff he said. He was talking about Manny getting knocked out and everything. Hold up. Dang. Whoa. Hold up, man. Bud is going crazy, y'all. Hold up, man. See, there's a lot more tweets, man. You know how these tweets be, man. They be all over the place, and you got to find some of them. Bud is going crazy, y'all. Look. God damn, bro. I don't know what's going on with Bud today. Is he in a bad mood or something? Check this out. Hold up. He went off on the boxing voice, y'all. Damn. Hold up, man. Let me get some of this old stuff up out of here. Hold up, man. Let me put this on here real quick, man. The Bud is going crazy, y'all. I don't know what happened. Maybe he bad Jetpack popped hot or something. But yeah, the boxing voice. This is him response to the stadium situation. He says, "You do know Canelo fought in 2 stadium fights. I thought it was 3. His attendance with Billy Joe was more than his fight with you. Whoa, almost 74K people. With Liam Smith, almost 52K. Come on, Bud, tighten up." Then Bud says, "Shut your bitch ass up. You always hating, you hoe ass pussy. Our fight was bigger, like I said." Damn, Bud. Dang. Ness didn't even. Did Bernie take Bud's phone again? I don't think so, because Bernie was on these dudes' panels a few times, and I think they're pretty cordial. Bud said, "Shut your bitch ass up, man. My fight did better, like I said." He said, "I said what I said. You say it again, I'm hit you in your mouth." That's basically what Bud is on right now. Bud is on demon time right now, y'all. Leave dude alone, man. He on demon time right now. He's like a porcupine. You touch him, you gonna get poked, bro. He is on absolute demon time. He ain't playing no games with nobody. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Ness necessarily said anything to warrant that. So Bud is out here, man. He out here. Hold up. Now Shadicia Green and Clarissa Shields going at it on X. Bro, what is going on with boxing today? We sat here for weeks. Of course, we had the fight with Devin and them, but it's been a lot of dry spells with this sport. And now all of a sudden, today, we got all kinds of fucking shit just fell all at once. Clarissa, Shadacia Green going at it. We gonna see what happens. Let me tell you what they saying real quick. Shadicia says, "You fighting for women's equality while your opponents are making pennies, clown. The greatest clown. She said that to Clarissa. Clarissa reacts saying, "You forgot to help you get out of your slave contract. You're really the biggest snake." So them girls going at it right now. We got Dimitri Bivol got his back surgery. He's looking really good right now. I mean, we got some shit that's going on in boxing for real, for real. But yeah, let me go back to see what Bud was doing because Bud was going crazy, y'all. Hold up, Bud is going crazy. But he do this shit every so often, man. And he don't like them big channels and shit either, man. He do not like them dudes, bro. He says here is a reason I had never had damn Bud. He says it's a reason I never had a close fight or a fight where people had to say a ref or judges. No drug allegations helped me win. No controversy over here at all. Just hard work from the mud. Facts, bro. Hold up. Yeah, let me put that on the screen for y'all. I mean, this is something we've been saying for a long time, though. That this dude got no split decisions, none of that. Just total domination, bro. Total domination, bro. Total domination. Look, yeah, hold up. All right, here go another one. This is what I was looking for. Ray Jackson says Bud is bored right now. He need a fight day ASAP. Yeah, he bored as hell right now. He done traveling the world. Now he back home talking shit. So he must be ready to fight. Bud ready to fight, y'all. Hold up, man. Let me get this other stuff up here. Bud going crazy, man. I ain't saying that in a bad way, but he this came out of nowhere. Bud had to get on the high horse and remind everybody. He says the reason why I never had a close fight. Yeah, he never had no close fights. You know what I'm saying? Even Floyd Mayweather had close fights. Even Manny lost some fights. Even Canelo lost. Great fighters lose fights, bro. You know what I'm saying? Great fighters lose fights. They may look bad in fights. They may have a controversial win here or there, right? This happens a lot, even with the popular greats that we know and love, right? But with Crawford, bro, he ain't had none of that shit. He only had some moments in fights. But it was never a situation to where he was getting his ass whooped the whole fight. It wasn't a situation where he lost multiple rounds in a row. Like we never seen that from this dude, bro. And now he's telling us that he ain't even fought at his full potential because he keep knocking everybody out. Oh man! And then look, he says I tried to fight Manny Pacquiao. He tags him in everything, bro. Right? But did Bernie take his phone? He says I tried to fight Manny way back in 2015. Over 10 years ago, almost 10 years, 10 years ago, y'all. Holy shit. I just sat here and thought about it. 2015 seemed like it was yesterday. That shit was 10 years ago, y'all. We are getting old. Then he says, and to hide from me. So I didn't get too too big too soon because they wanted to keep milking him because he was their cash cow. I mean, yeah, man. That kind of slowed Bud's progress. Bud probably would have been a much bigger star a lot sooner if he had got that Manny Pacquiao fight. You know what I'm saying? If he had got the Manny fight, he probably would have been a bigger name draw for a longer period of time. Then he says, I be paying homage to the ones before me. Wait, he said something about Floyd before that, though. Hold up. Where is it at? Yeah, he said something about Floyd. Hold up, let me. Dang! Look. He going at it with a Pacquiao fan. Damn. Bud is this dude right here says you're never going to be at the level of Manny Pacquiao, in my opinion. He's the greatest fighter of that generation. You've never fought anybody like Eric Morales or Marco Antonio Barrera. And Bud reacts saying, would have stopped all three. They get his ass too clean for me. I guess they mean they hit his ass too clean for me. So Bud said he would have stopped all three of them dudes, Pacquiao, Barrera, and oh boy. Hey, Morales. Dude says, get the F out of here. You're not even in the same class, not even close. Now, this dude's smoking on some really good shit. Then Bud says, you're right. I'm in a class of my own. I mean, look, man. Bud Crawford, you got some dude that's trying to tell Crawford, a master boxer, since he was 7 years old, he's been doing this. Who actually, as a what? Bud knows the history of the sport too. He's not just some dude who fights. He like loves the sport. This dude trying to tell Bud about it. He says, I grew up in the sport. I know all about it. Manny by eighth round knockout. But none of these guys. All right, I'm done. I'm done reading that shit. I'm done reading that shit, man. People on the internet be saying some dumbass shit, bro. And I excuse my language, but come on, man. That's like me trying to argue with LeBron James and shit about some basketball. Like these, I swear, bro. When the asteroid coming? When is the asteroid coming? I thought it was supposed to come in November or some shit. Like that shit should have came. That shit should have definitely came. And then look, he said this about Floyd. Wait, he tagging Oscar? Oh my goodness, bro. Wait, see, there's a lot of shit, man. Bud is going crazy, bro. They arguing about boots. Hold up, I'm just kind of seeing a lot of this stuff is kind of new to me. Hold up, put this on the screen. Damn, dude. Bud trying to. He on his villain arc right now, y'all. Bud is on his villain arc right now. That's what he on. He on his villain arc. This right here. Man, StreamYard tripping, bro. Hold up. Hold up, you guys. Y'all smash that like button for your boy. Terence Crawford, man. Yeah. He says, at Oscar De La Hoya said, at Manny Pacquiao would have beat me because he got stopped by him. Look, I would have effed you, Pacquiao, and whoever you thought would have beat me the fuck up. Just because I'm responsible doesn't mean, damn. Oh my goodness, bro. Bud said he would have whooped you, De La Hoya, Manny, all of them. Bud must have been smoking or something, bro. This ain't like Bud, man. This ain't like Bud, man. Bro, people really think Pacquiao would have beat Bud, bro? Are you fucking kidding me? And I love Manny, but I've seen Manny struggle with. Come on, man. What are we doing? What are we doing? Do you think Bud? Come on, man. Chris Algieri? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even want to downplay Manny like that, but these guys are out of their damn mind. Manny he had to rematch dudes several to multiple times because the shit wasn't clear. Like it wasn't like no true separation. And Manny would have outworked Bud, a dude with a 66-inch reach, versus a dude that could fight all the way up to super middleweight, arguably one of the best fighters of all time, arguably. Like we haven't seen anybody as dominant as Terence Crawford. We just ain't seen it. Not Floyd, not Manny, not Canelo, not Oscar, not Purnell, not Sugar Ray Leonard, not Hagler, not Hearns, not Ali, not Ray Robinson, not none of them, bro, was nowhere near as dominant as Terence Crawford, bro. Maybe Sugar Ray Robinson, right? Sugar Ray Robinson. His run was incredible. But outside of that, bro, who has been as dominant as Bud Crawford? To where the only rematch he possibly could have is the fight with Canelo, and that's because Canelo deserves a rematch because he's Canelo. It's not because Canelo lost a close fight and it was controversial and Canelo Crawford barely. No, it's because Canelo is the pay-per-view draw. He was the man. He did his thing. He deserves a rematch. I don't care what nobody says. He deserves it. Whether the fight was one-sided, Canelo deserves the benefit of the doubt. But nah, bro, ain't nobody else smoke Canelo like that. Not like that. Not like that. And Laura and Floyd, two of my favorite fighters, but they didn't even do it like Bud did it. I'm just saying. Smash that like button, man. Salute to everybody in the building. Juan Marquez is my guy. He's one of my favorites too. I like him a lot. Big fan. You said Pacquiao your favorite fighter of all time, but Bud beats him. Too many counters. Yeah, man. Bud just got too much, man. And it's not to take away from Manny, like Manny some bum or some overrated fighter. Manny was great. You know what I'm saying? Manny Pacquiao was one of the greats, without a shadow of a doubt. But Terence Crawford, bro, he set the bar really high. He set the bar high, bro. He got one of the arguably the most. If we talking fighters, period, not just boxers, fighters, MMA, Muay Thai. He probably had one of the best runs in combat sports. Name a guy who had a better run than Bud. A cleaner run. A cleaner. Name a guy. I can't name him, bro. Not Sanchai, not Borkow. You know what I'm saying? Even those great dudes lost sometimes. Some of the great kickboxers lost multiple times. Great MMA fighters. John Jones, one of the greatest fighters in the history of mankind. Lost. No, he never lost. He never lost. I take that back. But I guess John Jones is up there too. But there's a little asterisk there with his PD situation. So there's that. And John Jones did have a split decision and stuff like that a couple of times or whatever. But ain't nobody has been dominant as Bud Crawford, man. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. I can't think of a guy. And then wait, he had this to say about. Hold up. He said, "Dude said you won't f up Boots though." Look at that. Dude said, "Stop the BS. Manny would have made your career would have been done, clown. Keep dreaming. You're not him." Wow. Where the disrespect came from? Boxing fans on the internet is crazy, bro. All right, this is what Bud said about Floyd, man. Um, this is one of the statements that Bud said about TBE, Money May. Right here. I'm not, nor I think I'm him. I forgot. I can't remember what the person said prior for him to that led to this statement, but he says, I'm not, nor I think I'm him at all. I'm more dangerous than he is. So if somebody say you think you Floyd or some shit, Bud said, I'm more dangerous than him. He said, I'm more dangerous than him. Fan says Crawford ain't selling his ass for no one. You can't compare the two, worlds apart. Bud is real. Canelo has stated Crawford is better than fighter than Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, he did. Canelo himself told you that. And I don't want to sit here and be comparing Floyd and Bud. Those two are my guys. But come on, man. I don't want to have the recency bias, but come on, man. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Wait, where's the other one at? He said, I'd be paying homage to the ones before me, but Mayweather, the only one I would have had problems with because of his mind. And I'm done talking about it. Go argue with your mama. So we got to come up with a new nickname for Bud, man. Somebody come up with a new nickname in the chat. But Evil Bud says that Floyd was the only one that could have gave him problems, and that's because of his boxing brain, his mind. Floyd was a really. Really smart fighter. And Crawford said Floyd would have gave him problems because of that. But he said he's more dangerous than Floyd. And that is also true. You know what I'm saying? Two things can be true at the same time. Crawford is more dangerous than Floyd, but Floyd is a super duper smart fighter. He's probably one of the smartest fighters ever. You know what I'm saying? His IQ is just off the charts. Only guy that there's only probably about a good 3 or 4 guys in boxing that can rival Floyd Mayweather's IQ, and Crawford's definitely one of them. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely is more dangerous than Floyd. Crawford comes to hurt you. Crawford will hurt you. You know what I'm saying? He's punching with both hands, and he could do a little bit of everything. And he never fights a fight the same way. He fights different every single fight. Every single fight, Bud fights different. You don't know. This is why he's almost impossible. It's almost only Father Time will probably beat this guy. Only Father Time. He may have a counter for Father fucking Time. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody in the building, man. Hit that like button. Bud, Evil Bud is going crazy today. Oh, Rocky Marciano was the dominant. Yeah, he was knocking everybody out. Yeah, Rocky Marciano was dominant. Okay. Let me go back to that. Rocky Marciano, the undefeated guys. Rocky Marciano. Um, who else was knocking everybody out? Um, I guess you could say Joe Cal Slappy, but he's never really regarded. Like people really don't talk about him. When we talking greats, nobody never really mentions Joe Calzaghe. Maybe because of the run that he had wasn't that impressive. Um, because he beat a lot of old greats, and he didn't really want to come around here until they was old. Who else? Unless the fighter was knocking everybody out, they not as dominant as Bud, bro. Deontay Wilder had his little run where he was dominant, but even he started falling short at a certain point. Yeah, Floyd had some close fights, man. Oh, you said Prime Roy? Oh yeah, man. Roy, come on, man. Roy Jones, that's Superman. That's the black Superman. You said they're choosing Pacquiao based on popularity, not style, which matters. Facts. Yeah. It's all about popularity. Manny Pacquiao is popular. Style wise, Bud Crawford is an absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Bud is a nightmare for most people. He's a nightmare for most people. Honestly, he's a nightmare for most of those dudes. Floyd, he'll be a nightmare matchup for Floyd. Even though I think the respect that he has for Floyd and Floyd's mind can carry Floyd a lot better than probably most. But Crawford's style is just a nightmare for most people, bro. It just is. It just is. Manny Pacquiao style plays right into it. Canelo, we saw what happened when Canelo fought him. It'll probably be worse if they rematched. We saw what he did with Errol Spence. Nobody ever did that to Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? Say what you want about Errol Spence now. Um, but then Errol Spence, nobody was doing that to him. Bud the bully. Yeah, he definitely being a bully right now. You said the undefeated record thing is over. It is. That's why you got to kind of know boxing. You got to kind of know boxing to kind of know. Because you'll see, if you didn't know boxing, you'll just look at the dudes that's never been beaten, then you'll just say they're the best ever. But in reality, that's not the case. Because you got to look at who they fought, when they fought them, what was the circumstances, and if they wasn't able to get fights, why they wasn't able to get fights. You got to look at all that stuff, man. And you got to be an objective person to do so. Like look at Marvin Hagler's resume. It was kind of very thin up until towards the end. But we all know it's common knowledge amongst box fans that he wasn't able to get the big fights. Why? Because he was like Bud, too good for his own good. So Bud it's similar to Hagler in a lot of ways. Except even Hagler lost a fight against a dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I'm not taking nothing away from guys losing. I don't really care about losses like most people do. But I'm just saying, Bud never even lost against the no-name guys. He never lost against nobody. He never really struggled. He may have got hit or something, but you in a fight, you go get hit. And very impressive, man. Very impressive. Bud belt to ass Crawford. You said Roy, Wilder, and Bud, the most destructive boxers of my time. Man, good selection too. North Omaha Nightmare. I like that. The North Omaha Nightmare. It is Nightmare Crawford. You said a style that I think could be Bud is Virgil slash Benavidez. I don't know. It sounds crazy, but they must have the same experience to catch a Bud. Hmm. That Benavidez style could possibly get Bud problems. It could. It could. Because his brother actually did a lot better. When we think back now, Jose Benavidez did a lot better than some of the more popular fighters with two legs. You know what I'm saying? Like Bud, it took Bud a little while to kind of get through his what Benavidez was doing. You know what I'm saying? It took a little minute. You know what I'm saying? But he was able to get it done. Salute to Obscene Lion Code Keeper for the super chat. He says, Sensei, do you think Bud is going for four-time undisputed? Hashtag Mike Martinez, where you at? Dojo dudes. Yeah, I don't know where Mike Martinez is. He dipped, bro. But yeah, I don't know, man. He might. You know, Lara, Janabek fight got scrapped. Janabek tested positive. So I don't know, man. You know, it depends on, I guess Janabek might get stripped now, right? Holy shit, this changes everything. Um, I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure, honestly. It depends on if Janabek gets stripped, which he likely would, right? Saints buddy likely would strip him, and maybe the two guys next in line will fight for it, or they may give Crawford the super champion status. What is it, WBA Janabek has? I can't remember. Um, no, I think Lara has the WBA. I can't remember what belt Janabek got, but I think it was IBF or something. No, he ain't got that. I don't know what belt he got, but he go get stripped, and then the belt go scatter like a Dragon Ball, and then they go have to find it. You know what I'm saying? So that might make the four-time undisputed that much harder now, because the Janabek Lara fight was supposed to kind of unify the division, so to speak, and then we got Carlos Adames that's kind of lingering on the outskirts. But now this kind of messes up everything. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe dude tested positive like that. That shit's crazy, bro. That shit's crazy. That ruined everything. But if he don't go for a four-time undisputed, that's cool too. Three-time undisputed. You know what I'm saying? Four-time undisputed is just him just doing a little extra. He don't necessarily need to do it. You know what I'm saying? But I think Crawford right now is on demon time. And he's on his villain arc. So he probably gonna try to do some shit just so he shut everybody up now. Because he got everybody riled up. And now he got people talking shit. So now he go out there. You know, Crawford likes to do this. So now it go add fuel to his fire. And now he's gonna go out there and try to do something great again. It's just to shut everybody up again. I think that's Crawford's biggest motivation is to just to get proving people wrong. If everybody's saying Crawford's the best, he's the GOAT, well then I don't think he feels like himself. He needs people doubting him, like they've been doing his whole life. Now, okay, you doubt, okay, cool, let me show you. He's that type of dude. But really, he just starting shit for no reason. You said Jenna is done. I can't believe dude pop, bro. Everybody's on steroids, ain't it? You said Terence Crawford is levels above the narcissistic Floyd Mayweather. TBE is TBC. Hey man, I agree, man. Bud Crawford's the GOAT, bro. He's the GOAT for sure, bro. He's definitely the GOAT, bro. He's definitely the GOAT. He's definitely the best of this era for sure. Okay, Bud. Okay, so yeah, Janabek got the WBO then, right? So that means Bud could possibly move down and fight and fight for it then. Yeah. I think they'll do that concession for Bud too, because Bud, is what Bud ordered. WBO belt stands for what Bud ordered. So, well, if Bud orders himself to fight for the 160-pound WBO title, well then that's what Bud ordered. Hey, I like this, Chassis. Bud is on one tonight. He says snack, stylistic, natural annihilation of Canelo. Oh, that's a good one, dude. That's a good one. Hold up. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, you can move up or down the WBO. Yeah, I figured that. Yeah, he's a super champ. Bud versus Laura, bro. That's a fight that, man, like I told you guys, Laura's one of my favorite fighters. But him and Bud fighting, I would have never, ever imagined that would even be a thing. It could possibly be. I want somebody to ask Bud, would you fight Laura? I want to see what Bud will say. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what he'll say. Y'all smash that like button for your boy. Terence Crawford's being dangerous out here. He said he's more dangerous than Floyd Mayweather. I'm more dangerous than him. And Crawford dares somebody to say something too. That's the thing. See, the fans on the internet go talk shit because they in the comfort of their homes safe. But the other fighters, they won't dare say nothing. They won't dare say nothing. No fighter is gonna get on here and say anything. None of them. None of them. They see Bud is on demon time. He be at these fights. I don't want this dude pulling up on me, putting those big ass hands on my around my shoulder, um, sunning me and shit. Nah. So I'm not gonna say nothing. He can argue with the fans. Oscar not gonna come out here and say nothing. Manny, nobody. Nobody's gonna say nothing. That's the thing about this. Nobody's gonna come out here and say nothing in regards to what Crawford said. Nobody. No fighter is gonna say nothing. The fans could do all the talking they want because they ain't got to deal with them like that. They could just talk shit from the comfort of their homes. But the fighters, you go out to see me because I'll be at these fights, dude. So you talking crazy. I want you to say that when I'm pulling up. Yeah, Crawford's on demon time today, y'all. You said Mayweather had problems with southpaws, long range fighters, and body snatchers, body punchers. Yeah, I don't know if Floyd Mayweather's style would be effective against Floyd. But Floyd Mayweather is so smart. Um, it's tough. It's tough. That's a tougher fight for Floyd than it is for Bud. I tell you that. It's definitely a more of a tougher fight for Floyd, and that's just because Bud is smart, and he's just versatile. He's like a complete boxer. He's complete. He's complete. He's punching with both hands. He got a wide variety of punches. He got a lot of tools in the bag. Um, High fight IQ. He ain't making too many mistakes in there. I mean, he's just a nightmare matchup for most people, bro. Not even Canelo Alvarez. Just he almost knocked out Canelo and everything. Like he almost. I mean, I ain't gonna say just like that, but he wobbled him and everything. Like ain't nobody like. Come on, man. These bigger dudes didn't even do none of this stuff, bro. Look at that. Look at that punch he just did, bro. He said he just started that on the fly. And the way his punches whipped around and was still able to get a nice little hook off. You know what I'm saying? Smack. You know what I'm saying? Man, smash the like button for Bud Crawford, man. He out here on demon time today. He must be ready to fight. But nobody's gonna say nothing. Not Boots, who we gonna be talking about tomorrow. Because him and Virgil got their little thing going on right now. We gonna say that for tomorrow. Not Virgil, who's actually terrified of Boots. So we can't even talk about him and Crawford. Canelo can't say nothing because he just lost. All right. Floyd ain't gonna say nothing because Floyd knows. Manny ain't gonna say nothing because Manny knows. Nobody's gonna say nothing. You said Canelo's getting stopped if that rematch happened. I don't think I don't think I don't think Floyd, Floyd, like let's just say hypothetically, if Crawford was in their era, he wouldn't have got those fights. Ain't no way, no how. And TBE wouldn't have gave Bud the fight, bro. TBE was supposed to give Lara a fight. TBE was supposed to give Keith Thurman a fight. You think he would have fought Bud Crawford? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That is not what Floyd was on. Crawford's just an absolute nightmare. You said Crawford in the 90s would have messed up all the money. Yeah, he would have. He would have, bro. Yeah, Floyd been out the game for too long, man. Plus, Floyd is almost 50 now. That's not even realistic, bro. And let's not get it twisted. Crawford still respects the shot of Floyd. That's like big bro. But I'm more dangerous than he is, though. And that's a fact. He is. He's more dangerous than Floyd. He is. Floyd ain't going in there to hurt you like that. Floyd going in there to just give you a boxing lesson. Crawford in there to give you a lesson and to teach you a lesson and to beat your ass. He's in there to beat you up. Like you said something about his mama or something. You said Floyd sold his soul to Israel. Floyd loves Israel, boy, I tell you. Crawford versus Bevo? Oh, that could possibly be a tough matchup, actually. And healthy Bevo, um, back repaired Bevo, he was looking good. Bevo don't look like he's slowing down anytime soon, to be honest. For his age, Bevo don't look like he's slowing down anytime soon. But Bevo could possibly give Bud a tough fight, though. I think that if there's anybody that I can think of right now, on top of my head, real quick, it's probably Bevo, just because of his size and his style. You said Bud versus Bevo is 50-50? Yeah, because Bevo's a smart fighter, too. Bevo's one of the best in the sport. Beating Better Beef was no easy feat at all. That's one of the most dangerous fights you could take in the sport. He fought the dude twice, and arguably beat him twice, in my opinion, but he beat him the second time. First time I felt he won too, but we know how that goes. Well, I seen Bevo today, um, and he got longer hair and shit. I'm thinking it's a younger video or something, older video or something, but I guess it was more recent. He got his back done. He was training again. He was looking good. And I also seen a video when he was training his sons too. Well, they gonna always find a way not to give Crawford credit. Crawford truly won't get his full credit until he's done with the sport. That's when Bud's gonna get his real credit. Bud just had to test the temperature, see if the haters still out there, and they still out there in full effect. Salute to Obsidian Line Code Keeper for another super chat. He says, Crawford and Monster Sensei, the embodiment of Chung Lee. You are next. That's right. Do you think Haney got the welterweight division on notice? Also, I missed the bronze bomber. Is Wilder and Thurman done? Deuces. Dojo dudes. Um, Crawford is Chun Li, right? You are next. He ain't playing no games. That's why I call him Kumite. Devin Haney, yeah, he got the welterweight division on notice. I think the narrative for Devin right now is that Devin just is not that guy to be underestimated. Devin been around long enough now to where we gotta just dismiss the whole he ain't got no power narrative and all this stuff. Because when I see Devin fighting these dudes, he be lumping these guys up and having them bloody and shit. So he got some kind of power, but he's not knocking dudes out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Devin Haney's he's gonna be tough to beat right now. Devin Haney got his confidence back. Um, he got a big win over Norman. Devin Haney's gonna be real hard to beat. He's gonna be real hard to beat. Dev is gonna be really hard to beat right now. Um, hold up. And then you said, oh yeah, I definitely miss Wilder. Wilder's actually Shelly Finkel came out and said they will be interested in facing Usyk. I did a video on it earlier. Usyk wants to fight Wilder. Now, some people may is saying that Usyk is only trying to fight Wilder simply to dodge Fabio Wadley, right? I don't know, a former sparring partner of his. Wadley is a big dude. He looks weird. Like he's huge though. Um, he's way bigger than Usyk. It looks like on the picture that I saw, he looks pretty big, like one of those giant. Like I don't know, he looks weird, but he seems real strong. And Usyk, a lot of people saying that Usyk's only fighting Wilder, so he won't have to deal with dude. I say Usyk is able to pick and choose who he wants to fight. Honestly, Usyk is in a position to pick and choose how he decides how he wants to go out. That's my opinion. He can decide how he wants to go out. If he don't want to fight Fabio, he don't got to. And I'm not gonna. It's not gonna knock his career. It's not gonna take none of that because Usyk did his thing. And if he wants to give the bronze bomber a shot, I'm all with it. And this gives Wilder a chance at one last shot at glory. Salute to Usyk, man, because it was over for Wilder. His title run, his title reign, his two-time champion and all that. He may have a possibility to do it once again, but it's not gonna be easy. Usyk is a hell of a fighter, one of the best. And Wilder has seen better days, but y'all already know I'm Team Bomb Squad till the end. And is Thurman done? I don't think so. I think they waiting on Fedora. You know what I'm saying? We waiting on Fedora, but this time waiting around for Keith is not good for him because that's what he's been doing for the past 6 years, waiting, sitting around. And now he's sitting around waiting for Fedora to rehab his quote unquote hand injury. So this is not good for Keith. You know what I'm saying? Because Keith, he was trying to stay active for once, and we was rooting for him. But now Fedora got hurt. Now Keith got to sit down. I don't know. It's hard to say, man. When we saw Keith last, he had some black eyes. You know, he might be getting worked in sparring and all that. So I don't know, man. You know, these guys are getting older. You know, a lot of them ain't really been that active in years. So it's hard to say, man. It's hard to say. But I do think Devin got the division on notice. Fedora got a hand injury. And we ain't got no update either. Like they ain't told us nothing. They ain't give us a reschedule date and nothing. You know what I really think happened? Sometimes they do these little injuries because the fight wasn't moving like that. It wasn't selling. It just wasn't moving. That's what I think. Yeah, I can't wait to talk about Virgil and Boots tomorrow. Wilder always got to punch the chance. And Usyk is my guy, bro. So it's gonna be one of those fights to where if Wilder lose, I'm gonna be sad. If Usyk lose, I'm gonna be sad. But I'm gonna be, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. But Wilder definitely has a puncher's chance. Um, but Usyk, man, that's a hell of a guy. But he said that was the last great champion, and Usyk want to go out. Usyk deciding on how he wants to go out. I ain't got no problem with it. You said who asked for Fedor Thurman? Nobody asked for it. But it was an interesting matchup, though. Even though we didn't ask for it, it was an interesting matchup. Very interesting. I mean, Keith Thurman is what 5'8". If Fedora's like 6'6", that would have been a freak show fight. You said Usyk will beat Wilder up. Probably, man, but let's see what the Bronze Bomber got, man. Let's see if we'll give him one last fight. The last fight. The last fight. It should be motivating for Wilder too, though. For sure. Motivating. Wilder needs to get his respect, man. Wilder needs to get his respect. People completely just dismiss Wilder when he was the flag holder to carry the heavyweight division for a while. He brought it back. Yeah, Devin wants to fight Rolly, but well, actually, Bill wants to fight. Devin said he'll fight whoever his dad picks. So Bill wants Rolly, but Rolly ain't gonna want to fight Devin because Rolly knows what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So Rolly wants to get his payday. You know what I'm saying? Fight Manny, get his payday, and he gonna be trying to flex. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's gonna beat Manny. I don't even think Rolly could beat an old Manny. He lost against the other old man, who isn't even the caliber of a fighter as Manny was or is. Because Manny at 47 still can kick some ass, but he ain't the same guy he was at all. He's just, it's not even possible. But I still think he got a little bit left in the tank to get Rolly a hell of a fight. And yeah, we've seen Rolly lose against old guys before. You said Wilder was overhyped. Man, Wilder was that guy, bro. You said he couldn't knock the guy out? Oh, shit. Yeah, he did fight that Tyrell guy. He couldn't knock the dude out? Fuck. Yeah, Wilder, damn. All good things must come to an end, man. All good things must come to an end. But at least Wilder made the best out of the run that he had. It was a really good run. And he made a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? He's still down there in Tuscaloosa. That money goes a long way. He might as well be living in Thailand or something with the way that the cost of living is down there. So I mean, Wilder did good for himself. You know what I'm saying? To me, he's not a guy who's um I don't want to say he did it by accident, but he did his fucking thing, man. Not too many people was able to do it like how he did it. You said how good is Lewis Crocker, bro? I have no clue, bro. I have no idea who this dude is. I don't know who Lewis Crocker is. I never heard of Sam Noakes. Like all these dudes just kind of just popping up out of nowhere. You said I wanted Wilder to beat Fury so bad. Yeah, I did too, bro. But it just Fury was just too good, too tough for him. Fury just too tough for him. Wilder wasn't too used to fighting guys bigger than him too. He was usually the bigger guy, taller guy. When he got in there with a taller dude that was heavier, way heavier, it just wasn't enough. He didn't have a skill set. You know what I'm saying? He just didn't have the skill set. A guy like Usyk, who's also a smaller guy in height and in weight, his skill set made up for everything. His speed and his skill set. Yeah, Lewis Crocker, he's a champion at 47. See, IBF, they do this a lot. Like you'll see a dude with an IBF belt and you never heard of the guy. IBF always giving their belts to they do right by the fighters and stuff. IBF, they if anything somebody try to walk down a straight path is IBF, but they are the most annoying too. You know what I'm saying with the hydration clauses and all this stupid shit. And then these random dudes, boxing fans want to see like I don't know, man. Lewis Crocker got to prove himself. I don't even know who he is. Then what's the other dude that got a belt at 54? Who's supposed to be fighting Xander? Bam Smoko, whatever. Who is these guys, bro? Like, what did I miss? I talk boxing like every day. Who are these dudes with these belts? Who did they beat to get them belts? What series of fighters did they beat to get that belt, bro? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Abbas Baru. Yeah. I don't know who this dude is, bro. I never seen him fight. I never heard of him in the amateurs. I never heard of him as a pro. Like, who are these people that be getting these world titles? You said what I think about Ben Whitaker? Uh, he knocked the hell out of that dude he fought. He beat the hell out of that guy. I don't know, bro. He looks good. It looks fun. It reminded me of a big Nassim Nassim Hamed. You know what I'm saying? He reminded me of the Prince. He reminded me of him. The way he fights. I don't know, bro. Once he get in there with somebody real, maybe American even, he'll probably get his butt kicked, bro. Because all that shit is working over there against the dudes he's fighting. But just like Prince Nassim, once he got in there with a real fighter, a guy that wasn't playing around like Barrera, um, he got demolished. So the only time will tell. But he looks fun. He looks fun. Like the way he fights is exciting. It's fan friendly. It's fun to watch. But how far could he go fighting like that? That's a young man style. You know what I'm saying? As he gets older, he gonna have to start tightening up his defense and protecting his head and stuff like that. You know, he's kind of doing a lot of this super flashy stuff using his natural reflexes and athleticism. But once that slows down, what do you got? What skill set you got to back you up? So only time will tell. But he looks exciting. He looks fun, and he looks like a guy that they can really move in the UK if they move him the right way. And speaking of the UK, Chris Eubanks Jr. was in the hospital. I guess he's been having health problems, and it's probably why his dad didn't even want him to take the fight in the first place. But I guess Chris Eubanks Jr. is not doing too well. He said he's done with boxing for a while. He go work, focus on his health and his family. And yeah, most people are saying now that Conor Ben beat a 25% Chris Eubanks Jr. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with that. I don't think that Chris Eubanks Jr. we've seen was the Chris Eubanks Jr. If this was if it was a younger Chris Eubanks, he would have smoked Conor Ben. He would have smoked him. But that Chris Eubanks we seen wasn't the same Chris Eubanks Jr. that we're used to seeing. You know what I'm saying? He looked like a shell of himself. He looked like a skeleton. He looked like he was weight drained. He looked terrible. But I don't want to take away from Conor Ben because Conor Ben himself actually performed well, and he actually looked good in the fight. Like he made some improvements to his game. So I don't know, man. You know, I like both of those dudes, but I will admit that Chris Eubanks Jr. was not. He was not the same Chris Eubanks. He wasn't even the same guy in the first fight, but he was able to get through it. Chris Eubanks had the option to miss weight. Chris Eubanks Jr. is a professional, man. He's not a piece of shit like Ryan, missing weight on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Chris Eubanks Jr. had to do right by the sport. Even his bitter rival, he had to do right by him and make that weight. It was probably one of the hardest things he had to do. You got to think, Chris Eubanks Jr. was fighting at super middleweight for a while. Like, he's not even really a middleweight fighter anymore. He hasn't been in years. He only went down there to fight Conor Ben, and he damn near killed himself to do it. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Naoya Inoue, he should be fighting Junto. It might be a passing of the torch. I don't know. Junto got the size. Hey, what's up, bud? Go smoke Canelo. Yeah, man. If you catch the replay, just hit the like button, man. Yeah, we was chopping it up about evil Bud. Bud is on his villain arc right now, so we had to kind of talk about it. And of course, be sure to stop in tomorrow for the next live show when we talking about Boots and Virgil Part Two. I mean, Virgil out here just man, everything but let's fight, y'all. Oh yeah, he had to fight his mandatory first, Picasso. That's right. Yeah, Bud going crazy, bro. We had the tweets up on the screen and stuff. He said a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Bud's been going in, man. He was going in today. He telling Box the Voice shut his bitch ass up and everything, bro. Like Ness was cool with you, Bud. Like, come on, man. When you see Crawford on Demon Time, nobody is safe, bro. You gotta leave him alone when he's doing this. And Ness just had to say something, and Bud told him to shut his bitch ass up. It's like, damn, Bud. Come on, man. Oh, he be talking crazy for Canelo. Oh, he do? Shakur and Tio, real quick before I close it out. Um, some people are saying that that fight might not be a great fight, and that's because now on paper it's a great matchup, but that's because of the respect that the two guys have, and the fact that they're two counterpunchers. Tio is pretty much a counterpuncher, but not to the degree that Shakur is. But to me, it's gonna be enjoyable because I can appreciate a high stakes chess match. I can appreciate one of those chess matches. I like that. But your average fight fan, your casual fan, ain't gonna really like that. You know what I'm saying? So Tio will have to kind of make the fight a little bit more exciting by taking a lot more chances than he probably would like. And Shakur probably would too. But I don't know. A lot of people think that fight's not going to be a great fight because of the styles and how they're going to mesh with each other because they both like to counterpunch. It's going to be a lot of respect too. That's the thing I'm kind of worried about. It's going to be too much. It might be too much respect. Maybe things that would intensify as the weeks go and they start to develop that. You know how fighters get as the weeks go. They start talking shit and they start getting angry and hungry and all that stuff. So maybe then, there'll be a little bit more animosity by the time the fight gets close, but we'll see. But yeah, man, Bud Crawford, man, evil Bud. Bud is on his villain arc right now. Had to let everybody know what it is. You know what I'm saying? He dares anybody that's boxing to say something. I bet you won't say nothing. But yeah, man, Terence Crawford had to tell everybody he's more dangerous than Floyd Mayweather, and that he would have whooped Manny Pacquiao, Barrera, any of those people, and that Canelo Alvarez didn't sell out when anybody else was. I don't know. Crawford went on a hell of a rant today. Salute to everybody in the building. Hit that like button for your boy. If you're catching the replay, hit that like button. Be sure to stop in tomorrow for the next live show when we talking about Boots Ennis and Virgil Ortiz. But catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for everybody donating to the dojo today. Love you, ma. Peace out.